Welcome back for game 2. It is going to be Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves Academy. Riv and Kangas still here to bring me the games. First one was a barn burner.
Yeah, that was a pretty dominant game from TSM. Yeah. There was no point during that game where I thought Golden Guardians, they have them on the ropes. They're actually going to get the comeback. There's that one good play where they got a one-team fight, but when you're fighting around your inhibitor turrets, you know that something's gone wrong. So TSM, very clean macro play, and I like to see that, especially after a break. I wasn't sure how comfortable teams would look together after this. You know, when you have that week break, sometimes you look better, sometimes you look worse. You know, you're not sure when you're going to be playing as a team together again. So I'm happy that we're able to get this stream together so we can answer those questions. And clearly, TSM has been putting in the work.
Absolutely. So now looking at Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves, let's take a look at the junglers right away. So we have Nori and Contracts in this one. Both fantastic junglers, but we're looking at Nori being a bit of hot and cold, and Contracts kind of overall needing to step up.
Yeah, I mean, both of these players have experience on the LCS stage. Both of them have been on multiple teams before, so theoretically, they should be boasting some pretty good stat lines. But you're right. I mean, Nori, it's either hit or miss. He's having games where he's going, 2-7 on Lee Sin, and he's got games where he's going 5-2 on Rek'Sai. So it depends on the game they're playing against and how the team's feeling on that day, of course. But Contracts, this is a player that we saw grow on Cloud9, now on Academy, but still looking pretty strong. And I think he's making a good argument for himself as to why he was the correct pick for 100 Thieves to grab. And keep in mind, these are two of the top teams that we have in the standings right now. Yep. Cloud9 tied for first with Dignitas. 100 Thieves, one of those teams that kind of edged out at 8-6, and it was mostly around Contracts that I'm seeing from the last time that 100 Thieves played Cloud9 and actually beat them. Right. Cloud9's on an 8-game win streak, and they last lost to 100 Thieves, so this should be a really fun match to watch.
Exactly. We already see Contracts Pantheon being banned out right away from Cloud9, and I'm surprised Ornn gets through. That's huge. But looking at this game, if Cloud9 win, they do clinch playoffs, which is going to feel great. They'll be at 11-4, and they'll be able to kind of just either keep winning, would feel good, or they can just practice a lot of stuff, which is always no, I'm just kidding. They're obviously going to win. But it's so great to see that we do have those top teams definitively, and now, you're trying to take wins off them if you can, and it feels really good to strengthen yourself that way coming into a playoff situation.
And Cloud9, man, they're just the talent-making machine. LCS, Academy, doesn't matter. They're always towards the top of the standings. Great to see. So we'll see if 100 Thieves can give them their second loss for the head-to-head here. Sure. They're locking in set. Now, this is what Contracts played in the jungle during their last win against Cloud9. And when you're looking at a tank like Ornn, this is a great pick, even in the top lane, because you have this big meatball that you can cannonball into the enemy team during these team fights.
You have somebody lock down the whole team as well, a chain of corruption from Varus. So looks like
Tahm Kench is good too.
Bit of denial on the side of Cloud9. Would it be great if Set goes to ult and you just chomp him out of the ult midair? He just Set's like, wait, what? He gives you the Travolta. It's like, wait, what's going on?
Or when Set tries to ult the Ornn, but he's got his Billows breath up, it doesn't work. Really awkward.
Run through. The
cooldowns aren't exactly equal on those two abilities, but Cloud9 drafted a very safe comp. They have the Ornn for the long range engage, and then the Tahm Kench Ezreal.
Floaties and all. Nobody could ever go down in this one. So it looks like they're going to play super safe. And, you got your floaties on. You might be going against the Nautilus. So they're going to lock that in. We'll be the second phase here because we have a lot of bot lane focused. Kalista, the Braum. Now we're going to start hitting the junglers up a little bit more, especially from the side of 100 Thieves to make sure Nori can't get on that Jarvan engage.
Well, Braum, what better way to take somebody with floaties than to pick a champ that's canonically underwater? Exactly. The floaties aren't going to help you. I mean, he's coming from an angle you can't even see.
The range,
but I like it picked in here with Varus. There's a lot of duking out potential between these dudes. Whenever they want to go in on the Tahm Kench, you just lock down the Tahm Kench. Ezreal's always going to be slippery, but you can still kill that Tahm Kench.
So Sejuani, wow, it is just a battle of knocking the junglers out now. So what else are we going to see? We could have that Rek'Sai, a few more things. Maybe they start.
And I'm still not convinced that it's going to be set top lane. So Cloud9 banning out junglers is interesting to see because 100 Thieves have this flex pick.
Lee Sin's there. The Elise is there. Shyvana was played by Contracts against Evil Geniuses in week 6. Yes, we saw that. And it was with an Ezreal, composition. And 10 seconds for the final ban here on the side of Cloud9. Oh, God,
still junglers.
They are just doing it to themselves. This is really this is going to be jungle diff all the way now. But can't be.
Cloud9's really trying to make contracts play that Lee Sid again. They're like, please have it be that one. But again, like, he's got Rek'Sai. He's got a huge champion pool that they haven't hit yet.
With those bans of junglers, I feel like you're right in saying that Contracts was like, I have my jungler. Just, let's keep banning junglers, everyone. Oh my word!
But no, he goes for the Rek'Sai.
The Rek'Sai. Okay, never mind. I feel incorrectly in the current phase of the game. So set top for Fake God. Look around here. Aatrox. So he does have set. Liquid week 6. That was a loss. So 1 set for Fake God. They're going to go back to it here. And definitely they were a bit able to flex on it, I think, a little with making it look like something else. But banning the junglers maybe didn't catch Cloud9 off guard. They take the Elise, so still pretty decent junglers in this game, all things considered.
But Cloud9, they got to pick something else that can come online early. The Elise can keep pressure up in the early game, but you're going to drop off a cliff when it comes to scaling. And I don't see any hard carry on their team. I mean, Ezreal can do some damage in the late game, but other than that, they got a Tahm Kench, Ornn. So when it comes to this mid laner, they either need something that can accelerate this Elise or scale late. They lock in the Kiana, so the answer is, okay, get this Kiana fed, have Inori gank Palafox over and over again so that Palafox can get out of lane, or just gotta make a goon squad, because if we see this Kiana get a Tiamat, get Mobies, and get out of lane, suddenly an Elise and Kiana showing up in Contracts' jungle, that's terrifying.
Oh my word, I'm looking back at Palafox's Kiana at Dignitas week 3. 7-1-3. And they suffered the loss. That's usually not what comes after you read a scoreline like that. So
yeah, that is interesting. that's what when you're as a mid laner, you're pinging your teammates like, come on guys, can we stop Inton?
Yeah, so we'll see if they can bring that one back around. Palafox back on the Kiana. No, he can play it quite well, and we're looking at 100 Thieves. They're gonna make a stamp on the end of the season here. Very aggressive team, and I feel like this fits their play style quite well.
Yeah, Diana, we haven't seen Soligo play it this season yet, but when I think of Soligo as a player in past seasons, he does play a lot of this champion, especially in solo queue, and it is very strong in the meta right now. Personally, the matchup into Kiana, it could go either way. A lot of that is jungle dependent, and both Rek'Sai and Elise can gank mid early and try and put some pressure there. So it's going to come down to decision making and trying to track the jungle pathing early on, because whoever gets that first gank off successfully, they're going to set themselves up for success. But 100 Thieves overall, I feel like their composition is a little more well-rounded. They have the ability to scale into the late game if they need to, and they're not fully indexed on AD damage. When I look at the side of Cloud9, they got the Elise, they got Ornn, but other than that, it's a Kiana and an Ezreal. That's going to be kind of hard to actually take down this set if he does build a little tanky.
All right, I'm excited to get into this one. Once again, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break, a commercial break to preserve competitive integrity heading into the game, and so we can sync that delay. Thank you so much for your patience. We'll be right back. Do not miss it. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. So I get my final yawns out and my practices. Are you ready, Kangas, to get right back into game?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see how Cloud9 expects to actually make this composition work.
Yeah,
because I've been doing the numbers. I've been running it behind the scenes. And I still don't know what the win condition is. I know that they have to take down the Nexus eventually. We've confirmed that, but outside of that, it's a little beyond my scope of expertise. So it should be a fun match.
Absolutely, and we are about to get into this one for sure. So looking at how, what kind of perplexes you the most and where the numbers would fall short here with C9?
It's the damage spread from this team. Okay. We have the Kiana and the Ezreal, which are primarily AD damage. Ezreal is a little bit of AP, but Inori is really the only AP threat, and they have some tanky members that they got to get through. So Fake God should be building some some armor. And I'm also looking at Breezy going to be building a lot of armor too. So it's going to be tough for Cloud9 to actually get through these beefy tanks on the side of 100 Thieves. And more than that, it's going to be hard for Palafox and Inori in the late game to deal with these team fights. Everyone on 100 Thieves has some form of CC. So Kiana is not going to be able to jump around and really do too much on the back line if you're locked down. So if 100 Thieves play this well, I feel like they have an avenue for victory just based on draft. But it's still Cloud9. These players are still incredible, and they could always prove me wrong.
I actually like that pick of Fake God against, Fake God against Palafox, of set against Kiana, right? You see you're heading for a wall, and you're like, nah, let's just go back to the middle of the lane, right? You have a big fight out in the open. But I think that's also where You know, 100 Thieves has to find these fights is out in the open. If they do get kind of closed in, that's where they could find themselves in a choke point against a good initiation, against the follow-up supreme display of talent from Ornn and Qiyana. So maybe they have it once they get out of these lanes. We did see that being a problem last game. Like, out of lanes was a win condition for a team. In lanes was a win condition for the other team. So we'll see who gains what here as we start this one off. Soligo on the Diana versus Palafox Qiyana. And they'll be head face to face here as Fudge and Fake God go back and forth. I mean, I've actually played this one quite a bit. Bramble Vest, Sunfire Cape, and you're pretty good. You can take out Set with Ornn in this lane for sure.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how strong Ornn is. He was slightly touched in this patch. He's now level 13, I believe, or maybe it's 14. The level increased by 1 for when he's able to actually hit that upgrade for his team. So that just delays that power spike that he's allowed to give to everybody for free. So it's a little later into the late game when you actually feel that. But you're right. Early on, he can still do a ton of damage and actually threaten to kill Fake God here. So it's going to come down a lot to, again, where these junglers decide to put pressure first. I'm looking at 100 Thieves. Diana theoretically should have full push control over Palafox's Qiyana in this mid lane, especially early on. You just have the ability to push a wave faster, but you're going to be reliant on your mana a little bit more. So we'll see how the ganks come in and how 100 Thieves want to play around that, because it's not just about winning that 1v1 in the mid lane, it's about doing something with that pressure that you're creating. So I want to see Soligo actually get out, actually help out contracts elsewhere on the map.
Absolutely, and we'll get that back on your screen in just a moment, everybody. Sorry for that mix-up. But yeah, looking at where it's going to work for them, I think that's an accurate place to put it. 3 minutes into this one, it doesn't seem like there's too much of an advantage anymore, but Fake God does have Fudge where he wants him in that lane, and now he can get that pressure of the Haymaker down. As we said, Palafox would also be able to get the push, so now you get a Nori being able to come out of the jungle. Oh, all my lanes are pushed? I can have some fun here if they're not all the way under the enemy's turret. And it looks like 100 Thieves, Breezy on the bot side, creating their own opportunities just outside turret range as well, and Diamond almost goes down. The fight continues in mid lane. The 2v2, Kangas, oh my word, he almost gets him on to Sligo now.
Sligo in a lot of trouble. Fake God's here though. Oh! Little too late. He's not able to get in and actually impact that. Palafox gets a double kill. This is worst case scenario for 100 Thieves. If there was one way that Cloud9 actually runs away with it, it's getting Qiyana fed. It's getting Qiyana ahead and then just causing chaos in 100 Thieves comms. If Palafox can push the wave and get out of lane, 100 Thieves can't really do anything.
Yeah, every lane being pushed right here. A good trade back though. I mean, that's going to feel good when you're at your turret in almost every lane and you come up with 2 kills. You're high-fiving all around right now. Palafox 2-0. And remember, I'm not trying to put the curse on it. Was the score line? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong game already. 7-1-3 that he was. So let's not get him too strong just yet. Diversify the power where it's going. You'll be good.
We don't want Cloud9 to get too cocky here. You know, that already happened once. We don't want it to happen again.
Good hits.
But 100 Thieves, I mean, they got to be questioning how that happened exactly. It started with Inori flashing in, trying to get that cocoon onto Soligo. He had to flash to answer, and I would already call that a win for Cloud9. So the call seemed to be from 100 Thieves. Well, now the Elise doesn't have flash. Let's try and make a play on her. Let's end contracts mid, who is in the area, and get something more, but they got the repel. I mean, it's hard to actually get onto an Elise, so Cloud9 capitalize on that. They don't even have to burn Palafox's flash, and they get that double kill. So 100 Thieves have so much pressure now to kill Soligo again in the mid lane. Palafox still has that flash, can get onto this Diana easily, and 100 Thieves have to be careful, playing a little bit on the back foot now. Yep, this is what they can do.
Iced him into the wall, dodge on the cocoon.
Good sidestep.
Very nicely done. He's going to be taken down. Their teleport's coming into the mid lane, and now there could be a fight on the bot.
Fake God wants this. I don't know if it's actually going to work. Yeah, there's the knock-up. Cloud9 are able to disengage. Inori running away. It was a bold move, throwing that teleport down there. They also forced Fudge's teleport just to defend it, but another kill. And that's exactly what Palafox can do. When you have your flash up, you can go in, but oh no, Fake God, he gets cocooned. Fudge knocks him up, and this should be another kill going right side of Cloud9. Maybe Fake God can turn it around. He gets bought by Fudge. Can he get it? No, Inori takes the kill.
So close there. There's actually so much aggression being taken advantage of here. People know you're getting back to lane. It's early. You don't have much mitigation to the attack stacks at all, and everybody's getting their first 1, 2, 3, 4, and now level 6 is out. That's the time to be ganking, and Cloud9 is absolutely dismantling the map, much like game 1 as we saw TSM versus GG.
Yeah, 4-0 right now. They have a 1,500 gold lead over 100 Thieves, and it's on the key members. It's on the Kiana, and it's on the Elise. These are the AP and AD threats that are going to be present in the early game and would eventually fall off a cliff, or at least the Elise would fall off a little in the damage department later on in the game. But they don't have to worry about that as much anymore. They're not looking for the late game. They're looking to close this one out earlier because of this gold influx that they've gotten. Suddenly, Inori can clear faster, he can get to these lanes faster, and Contracts theoretically should be a little behind for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and let's take a look at that level 1 again. Or not level 1, the first fight that we saw, I should say, that resulted in first blood and another kill is that you were coming in with Hail of Blades, which is still good, aggressive, and Conqueror on your 2 from 100 Thieves, versus 2 that are going to have Electrocute. And that's going to blow you up early game. So while they were, I think they were kind of working in a very small window, and it backfired on them greatly when Inori and Palafox were both able to get those passive procs up and just follow up with the damage that Elise and Kiana have. So a quick way to turn that, looking at it again, 100 Thieves were definitely kind of putting themselves on a limb there to try and get that.
Yeah, I'm happy that you brought that up in particular, Riv, because it's the decision making from Cloud9, taking those on purpose and then actually using them correctly in the game that's the most impressive from this team. Again, this isn't their LCS team, this is the Academy team, but they're playing just like the LCS team does. They're playing aggressive and with confidence, prepping their plays ahead of time and then pulling them off in game. But we do see Contracts trying to get some counter jungling here. This is a little dangerous. They don't actually have full control around the bot side, as now they're duking it out in the 2v2, but Contracts gets it. They go for the kill. Can they actually take down Diamond? I don't think so. Oh, Prismal's really far forward now.
Taking him down to 100 HP. That's going to be Inori coming in with the kill. Beautifully done, back and forth. 100 Thieves look so scared to commit in these situations, to go a little bit further. They started on Diamond. Obviously, you don't want that, but seeing a few other players go so low, it seems like they walked into a fight they really didn't want.
Yeah, that's Inori with the Runic Echoes completed. That's a very strong Elise right now. And again, Prismo flashed the wrong way, I'd say. He tried to get back to his team. He could have just kept going up through the river and probably gotten out of that one. But either way, another kill going over to Cloud9. This does secure them the Dragon, unless Contracts can find something. Oh, he goes out to King. Flashes, doesn't get the knockup, but maybe has the damage. Diamond is there, though. Keeps his AD carry alive. Contracts still wants to be sniped for the steal. Breezy's here for backup, but so is Palafox, and Cloud9 take the fight. Prismal, no! I don't know if you wanted to go over that wall, buddy. Okay, he's able to get away.
Holy macaroni. I see in that blast cone, I think both of our eyes widened immediately. It's like, no.
Hey, he got the kill. He got Diamond.
That's true. That's true. You go in, you see, you can get that fight as much as you can and then run the other way. So a kill for him. See if he can finish up some items, but it is becoming an all-out brawl here early.
Oh, fake God.
Yeah, he stays.
He's here.
Fudge
He's got to wait for the Billow's Breath. If Fudge shows that Billow's Breath, he's dead.
There
we go. He can't stop it. Oh, okay. He stopped it. Never mind.
You know what? This is actually a big wave. I'm going to pick it up. I could be down.
Yeah, Fake Out, what he was trying to do was get that ultimate to carry Fudge under his turret, but Fudge said, no, not doing any of that. I'm just going to get out of here. And I think Fake God waited a little too long, but either way, that means that Fudge can get the push and now join his team around the Rift Herald. They get the objective, but 100 Thieves want it.
Ooh, flash from Inori. They do have the shrine. Oh, Soligo goes in with the flash ultimate, and that's going to be a showstopper onto Palafox, but they can't seem to finish it off. Diamond over the wall takes him in. Fake Guy with the shield coming up. He's going to go down now. His hit coming in from Breezy. If you felt that one come across your face, he's able to take down Palafox, and Soligo now gets turned around. It just seems like Cloud9, once they actually see the full fight, they're able to take control of it, and it is going to be Contracts tunneling his way to safety. But what a back and forth for a 2-for-1 overall in favor of Cloud9.
It felt so good for 100 Thieves right there. They caught Cloud9. They were a little out of sorts trying to retreat after that Rift Herald, but it was a bait. They had extra members coming in here, and Cloud9 just keep the fight going a little longer than 100 Thieves expected. The Elise had a really good repel, dodging all that damage from Fake God, even though Soligo had the perfect setup, hitting that ultimate onto 2 members, but 100 Thieves, they didn't time their abilities at the perfect time, and they weren't able to pull it off. So 100 Thieves find themselves with even more of a lead now, 3,000 gold ahead, and they got that Rift Herald. So they're really not losing much for these aggressive plays. And 100 Thieves, they need to find a way to actually punish what Cloud9 is doing, because Cloud9 is playing really aggressive right now.
And the question next is, where does that Rift Herald go, right? Usually you see it turret down already because the trade happened, or going down, and then it takes mid down with the second one. So maybe top, maybe bottom. We do have a hover here from Inori as he does Krugs, and it looks like he pings up towards the tri-brush. They may try to get a setup down here on the bot side of the map.
They could look for the dive. Yep, Palafox gets the push, roaming down as well. And yeah, the Elise, very good at resetting tower aggro along with the Tom Kench, but Contracts is in the area. They got to be careful. Fake Out has teleport too, but I don't think they need the dive. They might just get the turret.
Palafox is here too. He just took out a ward on top of Vision, so they know it. Chain of Corruption just came out of Prismal. This Fake God tries to get into the fight. Diamond puts the stopwatch down. There's the Haymaker shield. Oh my word, what a gobble up, but they're going to be losing a few members left and right. Fudge goes down, and they lose Diamond. 100 Thieves saw this one coming a mile away, and they weren't going to let it happen without a fight. What a showstopper going back, and they're able to get another one there onto Inori. Looks like they could clean up a few more kills, Kangas, but this one seems to fizzle out as Palafox and King give up.
But that's what 100 Thieves needs to do. Pull the trigger when Cloud9 goes for an aggressive play. It wasn't quite a turret dive, but they committed so many members down there, and Fudge actually TP'd way too far forward from his team. Fake God was trying to get onto Diamond, pull him back under the turret. That was a good stopwatch to start off, but then Fudge shows up, and 100 Thieves says, oh, let's just get the tank. There's no one on our damage threats right now. Fake God's able to disengage and get back to us. We can take down Fudge at the beginning of the fight and then win the 5v4 after. So well played by 100 Thieves.
I find this hard to believe, but then my stats would be wrong, and then that can't be right. But first play for Inori on Elise coming into the spring split. Is there now on to Saligo in the mid lane, and Inori's going to come in for that one as we put him on a pedestal for a second here on the 7-1-3 Elise as he locks that one in. And I'm kind of just trying to see if it's been banned against them, but I'm not seeing that either. So again, teams putting a few more things into that repertoire as we come into week 8 after the break.
You know, Rip, I don't want to jinx him, but remember who also was 7-1-3 and then lost on this team?
That Kiana. Oh, Nori goes down. Uh-oh. What did you just do, Matt? What did you do, Kangas? Breezy hitting up Diamond as they have another plate just to go down. There's the gold transferring over to C9 as they are now 2,000 gold in the lead. And even minion hook. Almost call that the Keith these days.
Didn't do much, but it looked cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what really matters at the end of the day, right?
Sending the message.
Exactly. You're like, hey, if my team was here, you'd be dead. Unfortunately, they're not. But 100 Thieves, at least they're still making plays. I like to see this from the team that's behind. You can't just sit back with this kind of team composition and say, all right, we're just going to let Cloud9 do whatever they want. The Ornn will help with their scaling as they get later into the game. So even though 100 Thieves, on paper, I would give their draft the scaling advantage, they still have a little bit of a timer here as Cloud9 can still duke it out with them. So they got to worry about this assassin from Palafox, make sure that they're CCing the Kiana, but then also utilizing Fake God to find these engages. And yeah, they're looking for it right now. The dragon spawned. They don't want to give this up for free.
Diamond looking to set it up for a moment. Even get that lick. If you lick someone, it's like hitting it with a volcanic rupture for Fudge, right? You're going to be able to proc your ultimate off of that person that's slowed from Tom's tongue. So Cloud9 has a few ways to set that up. Looks like they're going to go right onto the Drake, and no follow-up fight coming in. And we will see what will change our rift. It's going to be Ocean that helps everybody out. We got some tanky teams and boys that want to get healed up here. Oh, it could be a fight going in, though.
Yeah, they want to engage here onto Fudge. But there we go. Diamond's able to keep the disengage option alive for Cloud9. But now they want to re-engage. Look at that on a Fake God. Such a huge burst coming in from Palafox.
He is out of there. Oh, my word. That instantly, when you think the fight fizzles out on one side, somebody pulls the trigger. And you wonder if they're even saying anything or just, I'm going in. And you have to wonder what I'm going in is. That seemed like one of those situations in Palafox made the executive decision correctly.
Hey, you know what? Last time it was Palafox 7-1-3. Inori hit the 7-1-3, but Palafox was like, no. We got to beat that old record. We actually got to do better than we did before. So he's looking to pat those stats a little bit, you know, going in without the team. But now Soligo catches out Fudge solo in a side lane. Should have no problem taking him out. But Anori's actually enough to get him away.
Follow-up? Doesn't seem like they do. He said, don't even horn it back. We're not going to go for it. The dinner bell is not being rung. And it seems like they need to pick up a little more slack around the map. The fights have it going in their favor. And you will lose turrets as you back if things aren't set up correctly. So 100 Thieves is going to be able to stay in the mid lane. But we've seen Prismo and Breezy there for quite a while, which means that puts Soligo to the bot side, and it looks like they're trying to level up this 100 Thieves squad so that when they do see a fight, they can get these teleports to work in from mid, bot, and the top, sorry, and just make that fight theirs.
And it's the prep that we need to highlight there. Yes, Soligo didn't get that kill onto Fudge, but you brought Anori down. You made Cloud9 pay attention to the bot side, which allowed the rest of the team to get that mid turret. That gold onto Prismo will feel great. 3-1-1 on the Varus, has the Blade of the Ruin King completed, and is going to be building towards that Rage Blade. So the closer you can get to that, the closer 100 Thieves will be able to fight.
So we still have a Rift Herald up for a few minutes. King's obviously not going to have any trouble there against Contracts as she comes up out of the ground with Rek'Sai and Nori just over the wall. So possibilities are everywhere here. It doesn't seem like teams are shying away from taking what it could seem like a 3v3 in the mid with other people coming in on those TPs or just on the edge of the fight. Here, towards
here's
top,
the play.
Supreme to stay that's how that fight goes. Supreme display of talent. This is what happens when you don't do.
He died before you could even finish the words.
Oh my word! Exactly. Right? That's
insane.
The call stops. But wow, Fake God goes down. Could be Fake God this time. Was Real God last time, and now 0, 4, and 5 is not able to put up the same fight. As it seems like the lanes have also been disrupted quite a bit. And we're seeing who that is really affecting this game is they're not getting as much CS or falling a bit behind, and the core item is coming up after the mid lane's able to come up and kill you at 5, 1, and 4 type of stuff. So it definitely seems to be a little tougher. Arcane shift to the grab after Chain of Corruption. And this seems like one of those games that's just going C9's way in every little instance that we have been seeing on camera so far. Tough for 100 Thieves for sure.
Yeah, so hard to get onto this Ezreal Tahm Kench. The Ezreal can shift away, the Tahm Kench can eat him and walk away. So 100 Thieves need to find somebody else to get on top of. They need to shut down Palafox. And when you look at Fake God's build, he's got the... sorry, I'm blanking on the item right now. Can you help me out, Riv?
Dusk?
Huh?
Yomu's Dusk? Palafox?
Fake God.
I was looking at my stats. Black Cleaver.
Black Cleaver, there we go. See, I've played way too much TFT, so I don't actually know what it's called in League of Legends. But the Black Cleaver, this is going to allow you to answer Fudge in the side lane a little better. I mean, you can do a little more damage, you can shred some of that armor, but you're not going to be able to survive Palafox, who could just keep doing this.
Oh, yeah, see, you got a punch to make that kill. See, that one was so fast. Again, see, Palafox is just amazing right now. 6, 1, and 4. He's feeling it. He says, I can't go back to the old score. We have to double pad the stats this time, and that's what they're doing. And really, it's refreshing to see a player be able to go back onto something, know they played well, and just be like, yeah, I can do that again. It's not a problem. Here's how you do it. That's great kind of an attribute to see out of a player.
Yeah, when you see Fake God hasn't built any more armor, might as well just go for the same play. It worked once. You know that he's not going to get away. So you can just repeat gank Fake God in the top side, or really whatever lane he goes into. And the more Cloud9 can pull that off, the more they seal their victory here. They're looking for the engage, though.
Nice Orin Horn going now. Supreme display of talent. Oh my word! It's just those little instances they keep coming up with. Don't really have to go onto the turret. One last auto attack from King. C9 knows how far they can push themselves right now.
Yeah, that was calculated right there. Everybody threw out all their ranged abilities, made sure they locked down Breezy and they get the kill. But more importantly, they opened up the mid lane. This means that Palafox can roam even more consistently, and they're still stacking these dragons to get that dragon soul. So Cloud9, they saw TSM and how well they were doing in game 1. They were like, all right, we gotta do that, guys. We gotta make sure that we're not giving TSM an argument for being able to take us down at LCS and Academy. So looking to go for that 11-4 stat line right now.
And they're probably going to get it. Looking forward off of that, CLG is their next game here in Week 8, and then Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid, which you see at 8-6 and 7-7, obviously to change today. But definitely look like Cloud9 is going to climb even higher and lock in a playoff spot with this win if they are able to secure it. So things are looking great for the team, and even with a few experiments around the map.
Yeah, Cloud9 setting themselves up for great success. Pretty much locking in their playoff spot at this point. There's options for 100 Thieves at this point in time. You never want to call a game over.
Sure.
4,500 down, though. When there's the Fed Kiana and the Fed Elise, means that 100 Thieves, they got a few options. They can still look for picks if they want to go for that route, but they really got to pick Palafox. Otherwise, there's a tanky Ornn, and then a lot of members that are pretty hard to get onto. But that means that they need to be prepping for these plays that Cloud9's going for, and that means vision control. There's multiple steps that they got to answer before they can actually make this comeback happen.
Yeah, I feel like they can play around what I like to kind of call forced fights, and that's going to be the Ocean Drake. They saw it happening when the Rift Herald went bot with Cloud9. Inori had Rift Herald, and they were able to set up around what was going to be a forced fight with the Rift Herald there, and they actually came back on it really hard. Now, granted, they were a bit even, more even in that early part of the game, but knowing that Ocean Drake fight is going to come up, finding that setup, knowing it's not going to cost you an ultimate or a flash, anything that you can use in that window to get you back in, is that forced fight is definitely somewhere 100 Thieves can look. Oh, but the warding's so dangerous even with 2 members of your team, Kangas.
Yeah. Cloud9 looking for it. Oh, Palafox flashes forward. Should be able to take down Contracts, no problem. Prismal's still up. Can he keep the damage going forward? He has the flash away. They haven't gotten onto him yet, but there's the knockup that should seal his fate. Fake out comes in from the flank, but they can't even take down Diamond. Palafox barely gets away. Soligo gets him on the back end. At least he falls down for 100 Thieves, but Cloud9 still walk away with a win. They're going to go right for the Baron.
What chaotic fights. I'm loving the chases. I'm loving the slivers of health here. It's just putting a smile on my face. I've missed League, man. It's been too long. We're back in it, though, Kangas, and this is great fighting here. 24 kills in this game already at 23 minutes in, and it's going to be a Baron coming up now at that 23rd minute for Cloud9. Contracts just over the wall, 3,000 health on this Kangas. He may try to get into that.
He can do it. They have vision in there, and Cloud9 keeping it aggro, but now they turn away. Going on to Fake Out. That was so much damage he got, but he just gets popped. Contracts now looking for the re-engage. They got the Varus on the flank. This is the legendary Varus flank play for Prismal. It doesn't quite work for 100 Thieves. Teleporting from Soligo. Now he could be in some trouble here. Cloud9 still looking for him, and a triple to King. This is going to be the Baron.
The legendary Varus flank. You know, you read about it back in the 1600s. It just doesn't have the same effect these days.
Legends tell.
Legends never die, but sometimes they do. 21-8 here. What a fight from Cloud9 as they continue to just absorb what 100 Thieves brings at them. Continue to back off. We talked about the denial of what Tahm Kench is going to bring. Having Inori being able to dodge out on abilities, you need everything to count, especially at these points in the game. At this point in the game, rather, when these big objectives were up. And that wasn't even a forced fight, right? That was Baron. That was attempt. Cloud9 was feeling good to bring 100 Thieves into that fight.
And one of the biggest criticisms that I've had for NA as a region throughout, pretty much all of our history is sometimes we can be a little dicey around objectives, around the Baron in particular. Teams don't always know, okay, are we going to keep it aggroed or are we going to start the fight? And especially at international tournaments, time and time again, I see teams be split and then we lose the fight, the enemy team gets the Baron. But Cloud9 Academy, that was great to see. All 5 members in clear communication say, nope, everyone back off the Baron at the same time. We're not going to go for the 50-50. We're just going to take the team fight, and 100 Thieves lost it. But here's another team fight, Riv.
Possibly Inori's stopwatch down. Instantly repels. Oh my word, the damage on the Fake Out as they come back through. Palafox instantly sees Contracts on the flank, but Prismal turns around, and this time coming through the front door of the fight, Prismal can start whipping out the arrows from that quiver as he backs off quickly. Ooh, look out. Ezreal's getting hit up. King able to get himself to safety there as he almost gets crowned by 100 Thieves with that hook from Breezy. And everybody's going to back off here. King knowing he can push the limits a bit on this slippery player. He gets his Triforce upgraded, and it is going to be Fudge with his first 2 items of Abyssal Mask and Sunfire Cape on the upgrade. Yeah,
Cloud9 were feeling good. They're like, okay, we got the gold advantage. We have 3 items on our Ezreal. We can win this fight, no problem. But if you let Prismal keep auto-attacking, he's got that Guinsoo's Rage Blade and the Blade of the Rune King. He actually does do some damage, so they do get Palafox off the back end of that fight. But Cloud9 still in the lead. They still get this Dragon, and that's going to be Dragon Soul for the team. Whew. It's going to be hard for 100 Thieves to come back from this one.
Yeah, especially when you're fighting an Ornn. Just overall, he can have a field day now in these fights. And Nori going up into the air, getting himself some regen as well, and he skitters off into the distance to come back into the fight. Like we said, the team that is slippery now has even more HP to do so with and get back into the fight. Just like they're splitting each other in various ways, and 100 Thieves can't even really answer because they don't know what's in the fog of war just yet. Cloud9's working so fast through the jungle.
Yeah, Cloud9 take all those objectives there. Now they're pushing with this Baron buff. Do they want to take the fight under turret? I don't know if that's the play. They just want to take this turret down, use the minions, and then take the fight after it. And there they go. This should be an inhib to Cloud9.
Yeah, taking this one down quite quickly. Sub 30 minutes still. Not too many waves in position to do too much else. Like I said, this was moving so quick, but they have basically every objective off the map. So it's not like you have to back. You're going to lose a Drake. You're going to lose Baron. They are free to roam, and they have full control.
100 Thieves just doing what they can to get any sort of gold income for themselves. Contracts grabbing any wards, any jungle camps that are still up, as Fake God now trying to build tanky, but oh, Palafox, that's just rude.
I blinked? What? I blinked? Holy moly.
Yeah, Contracts does not have any armor, just a little bit of HP, but not enough to stay alive from Palafox. This Kiana is fed, everybody. I don't know if anyone wasn't looking at the stat line, but can confirm.
Looking back through these as well, making sure there's not going to be a fight off of this inhibitor. If there is, please feel free to just shout it out. But Kiana's not a commonly banned against Cloud9 either. So looking through this, it's just something that he has in his pocket to be able to bring out and hula hoop just fantastically around his opponents.
Yeah, we've been keeping track, which teams are trying new things after the week-long break that we've had. So far, I mean, everyone's been pulling out something fun, but Cloud9 are looking good doing it. This is I believe you said the first time Elise, and also now Palafox on the Kiana, but here we go. Prismo goes for the engage. Over the wall is Palafox. 1v3 over a wall deters 100 Thieves from going in for that engage. That is ridiculous.
Oh my word. They have so much control. One person can really just dictate what is happening in the fight. See, King goes ahead. Blade of the Rune King on a Fake God just to harass him.
Oh.
And there it's the headbutt off the dead inhibitor. Fake God almost to follow a nice catch over onto a Nori. Or rest of the team, sorry, that's King. But they get him to safety again. Diamond right next to his teammate. Nicely done by Soligo as he tries to warp everybody in from Cloud9, but it looks like he is in the frying pan now, and Kangas, he gets taken down quick.
This is so frustrating for members of 100 Thieves. They got an Ezreal that can jump away, Tom Kench that can eat them, the Elise has the repel. They just can't get onto any members of Cloud9 right now, and this should be game going over Cloud9. They're taking down the Nexus. They're trying to pat the stats a little bit, taking 100 Thieves under their own fountain, but this is going to be all she wrote for 100 Thieves Academy. They took the first game against Cloud9, but they will not end the 8-game win streak. And now 9 games as Cloud9 Academy will win.
What a showing. And especially for teams, just overall, we'll keep this kind of going out throughout the day, that there has been a team that has come back and just run through the map, right? TSM Academy did it in the first game. Cloud9 did it in this game, and teams did not get deterred from the break. And that's what, or at least those teams have not been deterred from the break, and that's what that's telling me.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they look like going through the rest of their week and into the final week too, because this is a great showing already. Yeah. A lot of people were still questioning, who's going to look good, who's not going to look good after that extra long week. And Cloud9 and TSM, I think that they've answered those questions today. And you know what? I'll admit it. I was skeptical about Cloud9's draft. I didn't know how they were going to win these team fights, but when they have all these squishy members, I mean, 100 Thieves couldn't get on them.
Yeah, and what a way to kind of see that 100 Thieves in the early game, every lane push, they go for the aggro, and they just kind of get taken out. The electrocute really struck them there if you will, in the early part of the game, and give Cloud9 a lead, and they are going to run with it and take your arm along the way too. So what are you going to do? So right now we're going to be stepping away for our next match to be set up. That's FlyQuest versus Immortals Academy. Do not go anywhere.